It's been a busy time since the pensions flexibilities were announced in the budget, but what have been the latest developments?
So on the 5th of August, the government published a draft of the Taxation of Pensions Bill, which is now open for a short period of consultation.
So what can we expect to be in this bill?
The bill forms just part of quite a wide range of legislation and regulations that we're expecting that are necessary to fully implement the freedoms and choice agenda as set out in the government's budget of 2014. As the name suggests, this particular bill will deal with the taxation of pensions.
And what are the main aspects?
So the draft bill sets out a number of important changes. It firstly sets out the framework through which individuals will be able to achieve more flexibility and choice in the way in which they take their pensions after the age of 55. It sets out the rules by which pension schemes will allow people to take that flexibility or can allow people to take that flexibility. And thirdly, the bill sets out some restrictions that will prevent people from gaining a significant tax advantage by exploiting the new system.
What does it mean for pension scheme members?
So from next April, pension scheme members will be able to take their pension in one of three main ways. Two of those are designed for people who really want to take an income from their pension in retirement. The first of them is designed for those who still want to secure an income for the whole of their retirement and who might be interested in purchasing an annuity to deliver that. People will still be able to do that. Of course, it will still be important to shop around when looking for an annuity. And anyone who does decide to generate an income through an annuity will get 25% of their fund tax-free. The rest of it will be used to buy an annuity, and the annuity payments will be taxed as income. So the second option is designed for those people who want to keep their money invested and to take an income from that investment, or for those who don't feel that they're old enough to commit to an annuity just yet. Those people will need to move their money from their pension into a drawdown account. Now, we anticipate that in time some schemes may develop their own drawdown accounts, and so the money can stay with the same scheme. But in the short term, it's likely that people will need to move their money from their pension scheme into a new account with a new provider. So when people move their money into a drawdown account, again, they'll be able to take 25% of the pot tax-free, and any income that they take from the remainder will be taxed as income, and the money that remains in the pot will remain growing tax-free. So having moved their money into a new drawdown account, people will need to make decisions. They'll need to decide how their money should be invested. They'll also need to decide how much income they want to take from the pot. They'll also want to keep track of how much money is in their pension to make sure that they can continue to generate an income throughout their retirement. And we anticipate that new products will be developed that will help people manage this risk if they decide to take this option. And of course, advice will be available from a number of sources on how to do this.
So what does this mean for pension scheme members who want to take part or even all of their pot?
So the third way, Ellie, is designed for people who just want to take a part of their pot or to take all of their pension. So if we imagine someone aged 60 perhaps who wants to take part of it, perhaps to pay off some debt or even to take a gap year at the age of 60, they can take a slice of their pension and leave the rest invested. And if we think of each slice, then each slice will have 25% that's tax-free and the remainder will be taxed as income. Of course, it's important to remember that the amount of tax that people will pay on that slice will depend on the amount that they take and the rest of the income that they have in that year. So we think of this rather like slices or the whole of a Battenberg cake, and here's one we made earlier. So if we think of the slice as the slice of their pension that they're taking, then one square, as this shows, is tax-free. Of course, if anyone is really hungry, then they can take the whole cake. But they need to be aware if they do that of the tax implications. They may end up paying more tax than they need to if they were to take their pension in another way.
And what does it mean for pension schemes themselves?
Well, pension schemes will have to make several important decisions. Firstly, they'll have to decide how much flexibility they want to allow their members, how many slices of the cake they can take, how often they take it, how much money they can take at any one point. And of course, the more flexibility that schemes build in, the more cost the schemes will incur, and that may have implications for the members. Secondly, schemes will have to decide how to help people make their decisions at retirement. And as a minimum, of course, we know already that they will have to signpost people to the new guidance service. But of course, we anticipate that good schemes will offer more help to their members and perhaps help them navigate the new landscape of retirement products, but also perhaps to develop default solutions. And then finally, of course, there'll be a whole host of technical issues that schemes will have to deal with.
So what can we expect next?
Well, we expect the bill to be placed before Parliament in the early autumn and to be enacted around the end of the year. And of course, it will be implemented from the 6th of April next year, 2015. Of course, alongside this, we're anticipating a number of regulations to emerge from DWP and some consultation on how schemes communicate with members going forward, the new disclosure regime, annual statements, and perhaps some regulations around default retirement solutions. In parallel, of course, we have the FCA consultation on guidance, and we'll keep members informed of all of these developments and should check the website really for any further news from the NAPF.
Thank you.